Hello, good afternoon. Um, it's another afternoon, nice afternoon, and wow, I'm outside again, um, taking my walk, and I'm thankful, grateful to God for this day. I'm grateful for nature that I'm able to walk around and experience all this. And if you have heard me before, I am fascinated with firewood, I guess I'll call it. And actually, before I go there, let me say and take a pause and mention that I was raised in a place where growing up we used firewood for cooking, firewood for light, and also for keeping the house warm when it was cold during the cold seasons of the year. And so right now I live in a place where firewood is not really used unless it's for bonfire or for fun, not really for cooking or for doing things like that. And so I take walks. I love being outside. I think if I'm sick and I get outside, I feel healed. And especially being in the woods. You know, if I'm in the woods, I'm in my happy place for whatever reason. And so right now it's winter time where the trees look dead everywhere. But they are not really dead. They shed their leaves during winter time, and in spring and summertime the leaves grow back. And so I take these daily walks, and every time I walk I get in the woods and I am reminded of my home country, or where I grew up, where I'm sorry, excuse the noise, there is an aeroplane making that noise. But that's so I always phrase that you can take a girl from the village, but you can never take the village out of her. And I always usually paraphrase that and say, if you hear that saying or if you've heard it, that girl is me, because I've been away from my home upbringing for most of my life, over 20 years. But I still get fascinated by this. Every time I'm in the woods and walking, I see this firewood. Look at these ones. This tree broke and there's firewood everywhere. But nobody is claiming it and nobody can use it. And so every time I look at it, I remember that, and I wonder if I can collect all these firewood, what would I do with them? Or how, if I can take it back to my village, how people will be happy. But anyway, it's just a fantasy. I fantasize on that. I walk and I find a lot of peace. And so today, I decided to walk on a different path. And look, I see those firewood again. Let me not keep talking about it that much, because I think it's if you have watched or listened to me before, it's like can annoy your ears for me talking about it all the time. But yeah, I still show you. Look at that. And then I used another road and I really loved it, and I think this is gonna be my new route now. There's a river I usually cross. And when I cross that river, I still ponder there a little bit, and I sit down and I remember also my childhood going to fetch water. And so today, I took another route and look at that. I feel so much peace. I remember the river we used to go. There's this kind of rock, and that's where we used to go the days we were doing laundry in the river. That's where you station. It becomes your station where you do laundry, and people, rest and have some time there. while they're waiting for their laundry to dry and take home. But yeah, so this is where I sit around. I was sitting on this rock a little bit for a few minutes, just listening to the water, listening to that water, listening to the birds. I stayed here for a little bit, but then I still have to go back, so it's time to get up and go. And so I said I'll record this little short video. Yeah. Look at that. I sit here and I look at the water and I'm like, what can I do with this water? If I look across the river there, somebody can have a nice garden where they can plant some vegetables and just be watering them. Only that can be allowed here. I think I'll have a little garden across right there. But anyway, there's a neighborhood right behind that. That neighborhood. That's my neighborhood. And yeah, so it's time to go back, but I just want to stay here all day long. The breeze, maybe you can hear the wind. Yeah, the breeze is really nice. And oh, but yes, I took a different route and I'm loving it. I think I'm gonna be here for this is gonna be my new route for a while. I usually go different directions every time, just yes, to explore. And so anyway, I thought I would share that. And so I wish you well, many blessings. I thank the universe for providing all this atmosphere for people to be able to walk and just soothe their minds. Yeah, so thank you God for creating all this. And be well, everyone. Until next time, we'll see where we can walk again. You keep walking with me. I hope this finds you well, some comfort. All right then, bye.